And not only that, these nuts, they do not go on any other valve body. I've tried it before and it's ended up cross-threading a valve body. So you have to then change the nuts and olives for the valve that you're using as well. How are we doing, everyone? Welcome back to today's day in the life of a gas engineer video. So I've kept this one nice and short. It's only about, I think, 11-12 minutes long, because obviously middle of the week, you just want to maybe just watch something while you're having a bit of food, or, you know, just before you go to sleep, or whilst you're in bed while you're trying to fall asleep. Maybe my videos help you fall asleep. I don't know, whatever works for you. As long as you're watching, liking and subscribing, I'm happy. On this one, what have I got? It's a job that I went to previously where I had to repipe a gas hob because it was on a hose, so I repiped it in copper. You may remember this video from a while ago where I'll see if I can find it and try and link it, but if not, you're just gonna have to watch all the rest of my videos. It was a job that I went to before where the condense was running into the kitchen sink and it was just block solid. So on this visit, I cored a new hole because there was a gully literally on the opposite side of the boiler. So ran a new condense hole in 1.25 inches straight out to there. And then I went and had a look at HIU. Now, if you're not familiar with HIUs, stands for heat interface unit. And they're basically like a combi boiler, but without gas. So HIUs, you have like a big commercial boiler in the plant room downstairs where you've got a big block of flats, or yeah, generally in thin blocks of flats. It's called district heating. So you'd have a big primary supply coming up from the plant room, which will go to every single property in that building. That will then go into this HIU, and then depending on how the HIU is set up, it will either split into two plates. You've got hot water heat plate and a heating heat plate. Some of them actually, the primaries go in and then they tee off inside the unit straight to the property for the heating side as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm not an expert on HIUs by any means, but I do know basics about it and I know how to work my way around it. In fact, I've actually repaired one today, which is going to be on a later video, which I was really buzzing about. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I might try and get on a HIU course just so that I can learn them properly, because let's face it, you can never have too much knowledge. So enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Right, so this next job I've got to do here, I need to repipe this hob because it's on a hose down here. You can see it's coming up in barrel, and it looks like the bayonet is going to be somewhere behind here. Try and see if I can feel it. Yeah, look, I mean, that's all moving as well. So obviously not been clipped or screwed to the wall or anything like that. So I'm going to see if I can get to it in there and wind the whole thing out, and then put a 1/2 inch May line in there. Bring that, what is that? I think it's 1/2 inch, it might be 3/4 inch. Either way, I've got both. Convert it to copper, bring it up here, and hard pipe that so it's done properly. That's task number 1. And task number 2 is in there. I need to core a new hole for the condense. So right now the condense is running into the kitchen waste and it's always getting blocked up. So I'm going to be looking to core a new condense probably there, straight through, and then there's a gully outside. You might remember this from one of my previous videos. But let's get this done first, because coring is going to be messy. This is less messy, I hope. So let's crack on with this first. Okay, so far so good. I thought I was going to have to grind that out because I can't get through on this side. It's all backboarded, so I can't even get to the bayonet or anything like that. But managed to spin that out. But as I was moving that, this whole elbow was spinning in there. So I've just spun the elbow straight out of there. Now I'm going to put a May line coupling straight into there, bring a bit of copper up here, and then get onto this with a female line. Gonna see, because someone's obviously cut out back of the oven there to allow for the for the hose. So I'm gonna see if I can, don't know if this is needed or not. I might take this out because they've got this bit of batten at the back here supporting this. I might break this out and then bring the copper straight up here, or see if I can even bring it behind it and leave this in, and then bring it up and into there. Put a gas cock somewhere here as well. Right, let me get some bits from the van and then we'll carry on making progress with this one. Right, that's been repiped in copper. So I've taken a male line into the barrel there. That was coming up at an angle like that. So first I had to kick it back to the wall and then try and kick it straight back there. Little kick on there to bring that round to the back wall. And tightness test is done. That's all good. So let's purge it out from here. It's going to take a little while, isn't it? Now, these don't have thermocouples, it's old style ones, so you don't have to keep the knobs pressed in, which is good. Yeah, nice bright blue flames. Obviously, we'll start to come up more as the gas is coming through. Cool. Right, that's hob is repiped. Now, let's sort out the condense in there. Right, condense has been rerun, cored a hole for the pipe snug, so that's there, and just take you around to the outside where it's 5 o'clock and already pitch black. And yeah, same here, pipe snug, 1.25 inches all the way down, so that's all good. No more backing up in the sink waste. So right, so repiped the hob, sorted out the condense. Took a lot longer than I wanted it to, but still got 3-ish jobs maybe. See how we get on, but let's keep things moving. Okay, so we've got a HIU here. The customer's got hot water, but no heating. I think there might be an issue potentially with one of the zone valves. That one's roasting hot, but it's not, well, that's actually motored over. So I don't know if it's that, or if it's the pump, or there's that little actuator in there. So we'll get this case off and we'll see what's going on. Try and get the heating up and running for them. So I've just checked the pump, and the pump is spinning. But these primaries are here. So we've got primary flow. So that we've got flow coming in. That's our cold mains. This is our return, primary heating return isolation valve. Yep. So we've got heat going in and out of there. Let's pop this off, because I usually find that these tend to fail and stop a lot of the heat as well. That's already, now that's hot straight away just by popping that off. That's released that little pin in there, and now look, straight away we've got heat flowing through that zone valve. Not through that one yet, because that's not a zone valve, that's the return from the heating circuit. I was just looking at that, I didn't see that that's teeing off of there. I mean, the fact that that's burning hot anyway, but that might just be because that's got constant demand. Has this one got constant demand? Yeah. Right, okay. So that one's opening and closing as well. We've now got heat flowing through. Fantastic. Just got to wait for heat coming back on the return. I just need to find the thermostats and basically turn these on and off to see if they motor open and close. Let's try that. Okay, so this one is working fine because I've just turned the thermostat down and that's close the zone valve. Let's go and turn that thermostat up again just to prove that it's working. So if I turn this one up to, let's say, 22. Now, hi Dennis.
Right.
Now we look up here. There we go. That's starting to motor open, and that's send a switch live to the pump. So that one's working, but this one, well, you can see it's got a bit of water damage there as well. I think the customer said they had a leak up here before as well. Was it directly above this?
It was that silver thing.
Oh, it was from your filling loop.
It was that, yeah.
Right, okay, so that explains it. Yeah, so that's directly above this zone valve, and that's why you can see there's water damage on it.
Yeah.
So even when I'm turning up the thermostat for this one, that one's not motoring over.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can just change the motor inside here.
Right.
I'll go and grab them from the van and hopefully sort that out. But other than that, yeah,
it's working.
It's working. So
Brilliant.
it's doing something. So I'll get a synchro motor, get that swapped out, and hopefully that should be the end of that. Right, change the synchro motor on that one. Now we're going to turn this on. We want to see that loosen. Put that on. Yeah, look, that's motoring over now. Pumps come on. We're back in business. That's open. That one's not at the moment. Right, go and turn on that thermostat, Dennis. You know how to do it, just turn it all the way up, yeah? All right, so Dennis is going to go and do that. I'm going to wait for that to motor over. Which it is. Lovely stuff. Heard it click, both working. And because I've had it on before, we're already starting to get heat back on the return. Job done. Synchro motors, such a game changer. If you haven't got synchro motors already, that's the part number. I get them from Wolseley, 340085. I always keep 5 on the van. I literally had bought 5, I think 2 weeks ago, and that's my last one I've used up. That's how quickly I go through them. And it's so much more easier, especially on these Siemens valves. They're obsolete now. They've stopped making them. So you can't even get the replacement heads for them anymore. So if you had to change it, you've got to change the whole body. And you can see there's no space to move the pipes up and down there. And not only that, these nuts, they do not go on any other valve body. I've tried it before and it's ended up cross-threading a valve body. So you have to then change the nuts and olives for the valve that you're using as well. I know Honeywell and Danfoss and Drayton, they use the same nuts and olives, it's the same threads, but on the Siemens ones, they're not. So if you've got to change the Siemens one, you've got to change the nuts and olives and everything. But if you've got synchro motors in the van, it will save you a hell of a lot of trouble. So that's all working now. We're all done.